representative of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka to the United Nations, Your Excellency Ambassador Maria Emma Mejia Velez, Acting President of the General Assembly, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished monks and religious leaders, welcome to the United Nations. I'm delighted to be here to commemorate the International Day of Vesak with you. My own mother is a devout Buddhist. I was fortunate to learn the teachings of Lord Buddha through my family. They have been a great source of wisdom in my life. My distinguished predecessor, Secretary General U Thant, was a very religious Buddhist. Nearly 40 years ago, he delivered a lecture about Buddhism at the United Nations. Secretary General Thant talked about karma, the principle that every action has a reaction. He said this is echoed in the United Nations Charter's call for countries to live in peace with one another. I fully agree. Secretary General Thant also underscored the Buddhist values of non-violence and selflessness. We all know these are fundamental to peace. I fully support his view that Buddhist teachings can help our world, especially the law of the love and compassion for all living beings. As he said, when we act with compassion and respect, national and international problems, quote, will fall into perspective and become easier to solve, unquote. Our challenge is to apply the Lord Buddha's wisdom to the real problems in our world today. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Buddhism teaches that all people are interconnected. We must face global problems together. Poverty, displacement, disasters, diseases, conflict, and climate change all transcend national borders. On a more fundamental level, we can never advance as a human family if we leave the poor, the sick, or the vulnerable behind. That is why our 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development aims to create a life of dignity for all people. The Paris Agreement on climate change will benefit the entire planet. And next week, we are convening the World Humanitarian Summit to forge solidarity and help the farthest behind the first. I count on Buddhists and people of all faiths to support these important international initiatives for global progress. International Day of Vesak is a reminder to practice compassion for all people. That includes reaching out across religious divides, reject bigotry, and embrace all people equally. Ladies and gentlemen, let us actively work to heal divides based on the understanding that everyone has fundamental human rights that deserve respect. I count on all of you to help us realize true peace. Thank you for your leadership and commitment, and congratulations on Vesak. I thank you very much. Thank you.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the Secretary General will now leave the General Assembly Hall.